So this looks like to be what was at
I'm
one
going up next
point
to.
looks like an old workshop, donk. And there's lots of piles of crumbling masonry. There are literally four charred corpses that are literally, they look like burnt logs because of the intensity of the fireball that was thrown in here. And
I'm going to say, nice job
mhm,
there,
Very
Alora.
nice, Alora. Very nice.
definitely it looks like at one point, and you would notice this, Alora, looks like some kind of arcanic workshop. And in here, in this first room, as all of the dust is starting to settle and whatnot, you can see that there is a long table that is on fire, that has all kinds of burnt parchments and stuff that are just unrecognizable now. Uh, Now, also, there's a couple apparatuses that have shattered that once had probably beakers and whatnot. All of that is shattered now. There's just like copper fittings and piping kind of going everywhere. There is over on the western wall. There is a shelf of what looks like to be reagents, because you could see all of the labels on the shelf, and all of that glass has been busted. All of the ingredients has been just destroyed with the explosion of the fireballs, and all kinds of alchemical reagents and components.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, there's also and there's also two bookshelves on the eastern wall, and both of those shelves are scorched, and the books inside are basically destroyed and unreadable. Now, there's
I
also
want
a
to.
chamber to the north, also.
So I'm going to go to one of these bookshelves,
Door
Dave, and
to
I
the
know
east. Hmm.
it's probably in bad condition. I'm going to warn everybody. Hold on, I'm going to move bookshelf. I want to try to push and see if there's anything behind this
Oh,
bookshelf.
it doesn't even push. It just kind of crumbles into a charcoal powder. And it's just it's not a scorched wall behind it. It's actually a nice earthen wall compared to the rest of. It's like a suntan line, donk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe I want to kind of look around a little bit and maybe rub my hands against the walls, and I want to try to see if there's any like secret. I mean, here's my thought.
Mhm.
This is like a magical alchemical room. Who just leaves
Mhm.
their stuff out? Really, the good stuff is going to be in some kind of a hidden crevice or something behind something. I mean, that's what I would do. So I'm going to start looking around for like an alcove or something hidden that they might have put magic stuff in.
Okay.
Another one of those enlightening moments that Donk has.
Yeah.
Dog sometimes
Give
super
me
smart.
give me an investigation check, donk. And around these corpses. Oh.
Oh fuck. I got two rolls on this thing. I got a 0. I got a 1 minus 1. So yeah, this is more accurate. So I start looking for this stuff, Dave. I'm looking all
I
around,
love
and the
donk.
first thing I'm do is I notice that my hand has a little burn on it. So I'm watching my hand for the next 5 minutes. Then I
Yeah.
forgot what I was doing, so I'm heading
As you were
forward.
still walking around the room, kind of like feeling on the wall and stuff. Yeah. That was so awesome. I about started crying there. That was so good. You do
What
notice that
happened?
there's some broken vials on the ground around these corpses, where probably there was a liquid probably in these glass vials.
Loot the ashen bodies.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
just, as you poke at the corpses, they just kind of they've been just cindered and smoldered, and they're like solid rock. They're like a large lump of charcoal in the formation of like a body, all black charred. Nothing, you can't even identify anything. But there are four of them.
Well, sorry about that, guys. When other wizards start telling me how powerful they are, I get this uncontrollable urge to prove them wrong.
Right?
You
Yeah.
did good.
They just don't
I think you
understand
made
you,
it.
Alora.
You made your point.
Dave, I'm going to peer into the room to the north.
Okay. On the table, this is actually in pretty bad shape too. There's a door to the east, and there's a bed that's just slammed up against the wall, and that's pretty much what you see in this room.
I'm gonna walk into this room, Dave. What is this alcove here to the north?
It's just it's like a murder hole. It's like one of the murder hole places where like a guard would be standing, but there's no murder hole. It's just it was never complete.
Okay.
But there's a table and this burnt, bed. Actually, a pretty nice bed. Table. It's still on fire. So, and that's pretty much what's in this room, as what you can see. So.
Okay. Well, maybe I'd like to move to the east a little bit towards that door. I'm gonna get close and I'm gonna tell Carl. Carl, check door, please.
You want a hint?
Okay.
Want to check the bed? Want to kind of check the bed that was thrown up against the wall, kind of leaning over and stuff?
Absolutely, I'll check the bed.
Well,
Dave.
absolutely, since you say it. Sure.
Because because you guys should have done that. Little DM hint for you. Yeah, lo and behold, you find a chest under the bed, Donk.
Wow.
He's
Lo
a
and
brand new
behold, great
network of
job.
Fireballs.
Was it?
Oh, no.
Is it pretty burnt, or does it look like it's in pretty good condition?
The box is pretty charred, but it does sound like there's as you kind of, I'm sure Donk would probably shake it. Yeah, you can.
Let Donk check for traps, and I start shaking this thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see Theo do all the time. This is how Donk checks traps. Shake, shake, shake.
All right.
I hope it's not puppies.
So when you shake it, you hear glass vials breaking, and after a couple seconds, fluid starts to run out of the chest. But you can hear coins in there too.
Okay, so I'm gonna call for for Carl. Carl, will you open chest for Donk, please?
Please.
Sure, Donk. I think I'd probably like to check it for traps before we do that.
I'm gonna take a couple steps away just in case. I've been fireballed before.
All right.
You have Carl. You have anything that is not money. That's how Donk rolls. You could have anything in chest that's not money.
I think you broke everything else, Donk.
It was already broken. Must have been Alora's explosion that did it.
Mm-hmm.
I shook it. All I heard was busted stuff.
I think you're probably right. You must be right.
Donk always right.
The box is so badly burned, Carl, that you don't think that if there was a trap on here, is probably already taken out with the explosion. But you don't think you've seen this type of chest before, and this is pretty much just like a lockbox.
Okay, so
but you get it open.
Be careful, dude. Be careful. Dave's not in a good mood.
I was gonna say, I say under my breath, "Sneaky wizards," and I open the box.
All right,
while he opens the box, I'm gonna wince a little bit, protecting my eyes just in case.
You hear, you just hear the click donk of the chest, click, and then he opens it up, and there are quite a few silver coins and gold. Actually, I take that back. There's silver coins, and then you look a little bit finer, and then there's platinum coins mixed in with the silver coins. Absolutely.
Is there any potions or anything in there?
There is a small. It doesn't seem like anything was affected burn-wise, but there was almost a dozen vials that were in like a. Okay, so you look inside of the chest. It's a square, right? So on each side of the chest, there was 3 or 4 potions that kind of were hanging on the side of the chest. All of those potions were broken. So you have all of this mess in the bottom, and there's like a couple eyeballs or some hair kind of mixing with all these coins. And now the stuff is starting to smoke. because all of these fluids have kind of run together. So now you're starting to see that I will give you this
Carl, chest on fire.
as
Donk, here, take chest.
as you start to feel a extreme amount of heat coming out of this box, not from a trap, but from all of these alchemical potions being mixed together in this, this melting pot, or this Heinz 57, or what did we call the Coke back in the day that we would mix everything together? The suicide. The suicide. You got this suicide concoction now, and you can start to feel a lot of heat. And it looks like these coins are starting to melt together to make one big blob of coinage.
Oh, a big coin. That's nice.
Now one
I'm dropping the chest.
Now there is one thing that you can do. You have the choice of saving one thing out of there. Okay, there is a letter.
Dump it upside down.
There is a letter. It looks like a bundle of letters, and also there is a key. And in fact, you can, if you want, you probably have enough time with a great dex check, with an acrobatics check, you can swipe both the key and the letters. So I'll let you do an acrobatics check.
All right, Carl, let's see it happen.
All right, here it comes.
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
Very clutch.
19.
So
in
yeah,
your face, Dave.
Exactly, exactly. It is. That was a great check. Clutch. No, I'm good. Hey, you guys are dictating. I didn't. In a bad mood. No, I'm not in a bad. I didn't tell you to kick in that door with a fireball rune on it. I didn't tell you to do that.
I think that was me.
Mm-hmm.
Or to shake the chest of potions and destroy them all.
Yeah.
I got a private whisper. I got a private whisper from somebody that said Dave GM saying kick in fireball room.
So you snatch out the letter and the key. They're sort of like on the. The key was kind of wrapped around with string and on the letters. So you get the string. Well, you pull the letters out. You get the string attached with the key, and then the flame kind of goes up in this green flame that just erupts from the chest, and got like greens and oranges and reds. Really beautiful. Really brightly lights the room for about 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, a few seconds. I admire it. I admire it for a few seconds.
Pretty
as I'm
light.
dropping the chest.
I just noticed that I said green flame too.
Donk, are you making fireworks show?
It's nice.
Look over there. That's a damn shame.
Well, after that green flame.
Green flame.
Exactly. After that goes out. I'm going to look at that mass of metal and stuff that's all gnarled. Is there anything else in there I can grab? I'm looking for money.
There's like a charred chunk of metal. You might be able to get something out of it.
Ooh, how big is this charred chunk of metal? Maybe I can use it as the most expensive throwing rock ever.
You could. I'll let you use it as one of your throwing rocks.
This is awesome, Dave. I'm going to put this in my pack next to my throwing rocks. About how much money worth the throwing rocks is it?
Mm-hmm.
This will be the most expensive combat I've ever done. Like platinum melted into the silver.
22 platinum, yeah, 22 platinum.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 22 plat and 260 silver molded up.
I'm putting that. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah. That's heavy, but I'm going to jam it in my pack. I'm going to put that in my inventory right now.
What a shame.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Dave, while I'm standing there and they're all doing this, I want to detect magic. Since I am in a magical workshop, just in case there's something that we're not seeing.
Okay. Yeah, sure. There's really nothing that glows. Nothing is except for everything that is normally what you would see on your traveling companions. On all of your companions, they all have plenty of magic. but
I will open
no
up
other
the
magic.
letters, Dave, and see if I can't decipher what they say.
Sure, no, they're written in common. There's no doubt about that. So there is a name that everyone is familiar with, and we're going to have to go way back to the beginning of the campaign in Red Larch. There is a Justrin Dale. He owns the ale, one of the ale shop. Remember the Helmet High Sun? One of the shops that sold ale and stuff. Well, anyways,
I love that shop.
yeah, Justrin Dale. You guys are totally clueless right now. I can just see it in all of your eyes.
Justrin! Oh, yeah, that guy's awesome. I went to high school with him.
Yeah, Justrin. Anyway, it seems like he's been sending correspondence to the Cult of the Crashing Wave, and it looks like he's a spy. Because basically what he's been doing is now in game time, these letters are dating back about 3 months. And this is back when your party first started going to Red Larch, and Justrin is all of these letters are reporting on you guys, and it actually gives names, but not Alora's name. There is a Sasha name there, but then there's a Donk, there's a wannabe musician named Theo, and then there is a gnome, a halfling named Raz, and a noble knight named Kel Kasim. And basically all of this correspondence reports on your guys' comings and goings since you reported to Red Larch for the first time and started helping. And then when there's correspondence on when you guys actually thwarted the Tomb of the Moving Stones also. And then it talks about you've gone back several times and talked to the person that's in charge of the butcher shop there inside of Red Larch, and looks like old Justrin's a spy. And remember, they were worried about that too inside of Red Larch.
If we ever go back to Red Larch, Donk gonna smash.
I share the information with everybody else.
What does it say about me, Carl? Does it say, be careful, Donk super awesome?
Says Donk is about one.
It says you
stupid son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Carl doesn't say that.
No, it basically there's like quite a few letters. There's 3 envelopes, and in each envelope there's quite a few pages of your comings and goings and the things that you've done, and how you've gone back to Red Larch and helped with the moving stones, and you found all this information about the missing delegates and where they've been taken, and because every time you guys go back to Red Larch, you report it back.
So I'm gonna ask Carl, what's the latest date of letter? When last time it updated?
From a couple weeks ago when you guys left Red Larch, something about you were heading to Mirabar, you were heading to Summit Hall, and you were heading to the Sighing Valley to check out these mysterious riders that were on some type of winged creature. And that was the last correspondence.
So, Carl,
and Wamford, sorry too. Sorry about that.
Wamford? Okay. So I tell Carl, hold on to letters. We need to add to inventory so we can confront. We can confront later.
Yeah, I'll put them in the pouch and also pocket the key.
Yeah, on that, when you add that to your inventory, you just right click on the inventory. And when you do that, in fact, I'll give you the letters. In fact, I'll give you the letter. That'll go to Carl, right?
It'll go to Carl.
Yeah, I put Key from Mage Room on there already, Dave.
Oh, okay, did you? Okay, that's cool. The guy's name is Justran, Justran, Dale, Daehl, Ahl, Dale, Daehl, Dale.
Do you want to add letters to the inventory though for me?
Yeah, you didn't get the who wants the key? You want the key too?
Yeah, I mean, unless anybody else wants it.
No, dude, you can have it.
Okay, I'll keep it.
All right, so there you go. You were assigned the letter, and you were assigned the key.
Right. I'm only saying one thing, and that's, Dunk, next time you check for traps on our chest, don't shake it anymore.
But Greg, I not break it. It was already broken from Alora's fireball.
I don't know.
See how hot the chest was? Only way it's hot is because of fireball. Not me, Greg. Stop blaming me all the time.
Donk.
Yes.
Yeah, you know you shook that chest.
My bad.
Bad, Donk. Bad.
He's got Carl on his character sheet. I'm sorry. Yeah, Carl on Thea's character sheet. He has like 1,000 squirts of Donk's spray bottle. It's on his inventory sheet.
I was about to say something about that.
I used 3 squirts. Down, Donk, down, Donk, down.
He's got to click those off. He's only got 1,000 left.
Yeah.
He's got to click those off every game. I think he's got enough for like 4 more games. The amount of times that he squirts me.
Right.
Yeah. Right now it's set at 1,000 bottles of Donk spray.
Listen to this door at the southeast.
All right. This door is actually quite. It's like a copper. It's like a solid copper and steel door. Really, really solid door, and you can tell that it was really damaged heavily. Wasn't blown off the hinges. It actually stayed on the frame and everything. Roll tack. But it's shouldn't be. It doesn't look like there's any. It doesn't look like it's locked or anything like that. In fact, it kind of looks like it's kind of tilting a little bit. So you'd probably have to push it to. It's not lined up perfectly because of the blast. Even though it wasn't destroyed. It's been damaged.
But I can't hear anything on the other side.
No, you can't.
I'm going to let Laura and Greg, hey, this door's off its hinges and I don't hear anything past it, so. I don't know if we want to check this out or
Go
head
ahead
up
and
towards.
open it.
Okay, I'll open the door.
She's like 85 feet away and around the corner, and she yells, "Go ahead and open it!"
Yeah, right. Typical.
I say go ahead.
All right.
I gave hand signs to Greg, and he gave hand signs to Laura, so we've just been. Yeah.
All right. So as you open this up, it sort of looks like a brewery. There's like 8 huge brewer kegs that are dominating the center of this room, and Theo's missing this because he would have loved it because he's all into the brewery.
Well, I'm gonna walk in and check out, see if there's anything in these things.
Yeah, these are all sealed copper vats, and there's 2 rows in the middle of this large room, and the vats are very, very old, and they're covered in all this dust and whatnot. Now, as for the room itself, it's about a 15-foot high roof, and it looks like all the paint on the walls has kind of been falling off over a long period of time. But there's still a couple hints and remnants of old murals painted on the walls, showing like dwarves working in fields and tending hops vines and stuff. Now at the end of the vats, to the south part of the room, there are 3, and you do notice that these are definitely newer than the beer kegs, than the brewer kegs. And there's 3 glass tanks that have carrying harnesses that are stacked neatly at the end. So there's like clear carrying, like big barrels of water you can throw. It has like a shoulder strap, so like you would throw on a backpack, and it looks like you just carry water in these things. But the beer vats themselves, they definitely seem empty and have been empty for quite a while, because you can tap on them and it doesn't sound like there's anything in them.
Okay.
Hey, would I notice anything from my dwarven heritage about the murals or anything on the walls?
Just that they just looks like dwarves that are probably the brewers of this Thunderhammer brewery, because I know you're new to the game, and this is an old ancient dwarvish citadel, this civilization, and these 4 cultists, air, water, earth, and fire, they've taken over this whole city and carved it into 4 different large temples of what you're in now. You're in one of the 4 temples right now, and all 4 of these temples put together is an old dwarf civilization that was lost for many years, and it's called Tier Sissel or something like that. And so yeah, and you know that this is an old dwarf civilization, so this brewery is probably depicting all of the dwarves that actually worked here in this brewery. Whatever murals are left of the dwarves. But there's these 3 like big Ghostbuster backpacks, but they're just big, probably 10-gallon glass jugs that carry water, and there is water in each one of these backpacks.
Well, that's nice.
There is water.
No. Yep.
Are you thirsty?
Yep.
So how big are these barrels? Did you say, Dave? Could I put Carl in one of these? How big is it? Is Greg can fit in one?
What do you wanted to do?
Sure.
Donk, new idea. Get in barrel, and I will roll you to next room. That way we be stealthy.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Think so.
Great idea from Donk.
Stupid idea, I think. I'm not doing it.
I look for the Doofios, or I look for the donk spray. Donk.
I'll hand you a bottle, Laura.
Donk.
Plug out your inventory. 999 more things to do, stupid. Hold on.
999.
Is there something like a shock collar that we can put on Donk if he is behaving stupid?
A shock collar? Wow.
You'd kill him because he'd be shocking him constantly.
You'd be giving him the shocker all the time.
We still love you, Donk.
I know.
So what are you guys doing?
Let's look around this. So we've looked around this room. Let's look at. Hey, Carl, listen at door.
One to the east or one to the south, Donk?
Roll tack. I don't know directions. Roll tack. Look at down door.
Okay.
You tell me if you want me.
To the east.
You tell me if you want me to play kegs like bass drum
Roll
to
tack.
attract monsters.
Give me a perception check in the dice tower there. So you hear nothing. You hear nothing at the door to the north there, Carl. You hear nothing. You still hear like fire kind of crackling in the other room, like for the table still on fire and whatnot.
I'm just going to listen randomly, Dave. Other than my stomach rumbling, what can I hear? I'm just going to listen randomly from where I am.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, this is it.